Hi everyone, this is Tony Baird. You can call me Tony. I'd appreciate that. This is CMIS 102 Introduction to Problem Solving and Algorithm Design. This is a 100 series class. However, many have said that this is a little more challenging than many other 100 series classes. Primarily because this is an introduction to programming, so the majority of the students taking this class are moving on to take higher level programming languages like C++ or Java, what have you. So I take that responsibility very seriously. So I've got quite a bit of information to provide to those students that are moving on. So this can be kind of a challenge, especially for people that have no coding experience whatsoever. It's a little easier for those that have had some exposure to writing a line or two of code here and there. So that being the case, this is a relatively short class. It's only 8 weeks, and we have a lot of ground to cover in that 8 weeks. So it's very important that you manage your time appropriately. If you don't have the text at this point, get the text, because it's going to be impossible for you to do well in this class if you don't have the textbook. There's information in there that to include the assignments that just can't be found anywhere else. You have to have the course material. Read your syllabus, be very familiar with it. It has everything that you'll need to do well in this class. One of the primary areas that it covers are the UMUC policies, to include plagiarism. Plagiarism is a pretty big pet peeve of mine, and I've always felt that way. And it's surprisingly easy to discover if someone has plagiarized material. So even if you were just submitting a discussion post or submitting a complete paper, don't cheat. If you get information from a specific source, cite your source, and don't put it verbatim. Put it in your own words. It's very important for me to ensure that you understand the course material. So showing some level of cognition, I guess, and understanding the material is very important. Get familiar with your online environment. This, by the way, is the first class that I've taught in Leo. So that being the case, I'll probably be a lot more lenient than I would have in the previous classroom environment, which was WebTyco. However, participation in the class is going to be very, very important. It's especially in a programming class, whether it's an intro or other type of programming class, that discussion between students and between the student and the teacher really builds on understanding and cultivates a good basis for the concepts we cover through these next 8 weeks. That discussion each week will have a number of discussion questions, and that the initial submission for those questions is due by Thursday evening. So make sure you get that done by Thursday evening, and then following that, you'll need to read some of your other students' posts. I prefer that you read them all, just to because again there are several students that have some programming experience, and that tends to provide a lot more information for those students that don't have that. But in any event, after the initial submission on Thursday night, you'll need to provide 3 constructive posts to some of your classmates' initial posts, and by constructive I mean something that lends well to the post that was made. So something like I like your post, or you did really well on that question, is not really constructive. Later on in the class, when we start getting into flowcharts and hierarchy charts and things like that, we'll be using images in those discussion questions. So get familiar with how to post those images, the images that you create on your own computer to create those flowcharts, and then how to post those images in the conference. Um, this last bullet is very important because as I've mentioned, several students are going to have had some level of programming experience, whether it's in Java or C++ or PowerShell or what have you. This class is a language independent class, which means that we don't get into anything specific. We will all the code that we write is going to be called pseudocode, which basically means it's fake code that is an outline that can be that can transfer over to another programming language. I will, when I can, I will provide examples on how some of the concepts that we cover, how those are used in programming languages like Java or C++, just so you get an idea of what that looks like. But for the duration of this class, we're not going to use C++, we're not going to use Java, we're not going to use PowerShell. We're going to use the pseudocode and the syntax that's covered in the book. So the conferences are not. It's not a blog. It's not Facebook. It's not Twitter. So I'd appreciate it if you but if you format your posts that's relatively professional looking, meaning that you capitalize what needs to be capitalized, you use the proper punctuation, periods, and exclamation points, and what have you. Make sure that you are providing a product that is quality of a college classroom. I typically have weekly chat sessions on Saturday morning around 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you guys if there's anyone that's having any kind of difficulty, or just has nothing to do on a Saturday morning and would like to discuss some of the material that we're covering at that time, please join me. I'll definitely post when I'll be online. And by the way, I typically log into the classroom every night, and when I do, I open the chat session. So so if you log in and catch me online, you can ask me questions at that time as well. I try to make myself as available as possible. When you submit your assignments, make sure that you submit those in a Word document. A .doc or a .x is the best way of doing that. If you don't have Office, you can use OpenOffice, and OpenOffice also has a Mac version which allows you to use Office type files or Office type extensions. Make sure that you post your assignments in the proper location. I'll be posting different web links on. Now this was called Webliography in the in WebTyco. It's not called that anymore. But I'll be providing different links every week on the material that we're covering that kind of help support that material and give you more information on that specific material. So that's about all I have for the introduction. The best way to contact me is through the classroom email. You can drop me a line anytime, and I check that mail every day. So so please, if you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, just let me know, and I look forward to the class. Thanks a lot.